Trojan News for Friday, November 5th. I'm Ariana.
And I'm Carrie.
Building a homecoming float is a process that requires planning, artistic ability, and teamwork. Torrance Landfried helped build the sophomore class's float this year and filed this report.
This year's homecoming float theme was seasons. The sophomores were winner and had the idea of building a winter wonderland. Lots of students helped with the build and enjoyed their time spent outside. Mr. Henderson, along with Mr. Chapman and Mr. Beckstein, helped out with the float and were in charge.
I like the creativity that everyone put behind it. Everyone is working together.
The floats are a tradition we've had probably for 40, 50 years at Greenville. It's a tradition that all classes come together and produce some sort of artsy type of floats that the community can see what's going on at the high school, that you guys get to participate and kind of merge together as a class.
On Friday, October 29th, junior high and high school students packed the gymnasium for a pep rally ahead of the final football game of the season. At the rally, members of the junior and senior class participated in races and challenges while the band provided the soundtrack. Perhaps the most exciting event of the day was a tug-of-war between several football players and teachers. With Mr. Calvin anchoring the back and Mr. Warner and his biceps in the front, it seemed that the teachers couldn't lose. However, the students battled hard and overcame an initial deficit to win. The final challenge of the event saw Andrew St. Clair be the only student to successfully open a frozen t-shirt. Mason Moore will have details on the Trojan win over Conneaut later in our sports report.
The students from Mr. Meyer's CHS Intro to Java programming class created a terrifyingly creepy haunted portrait and displayed it in the GHS halls on Halloween. The project took a team of 5 students 4 weeks to complete, including developing the computer programming, the digital design, and the physical product. Senior Nick Einen explains the process.
So basically it's a TV with a Raspberry Pi attached to it with an SD card that has the videos on it. And the Raspberry Pi is hooked to a motion sensor that whenever someone walks past, it triggers the video to play, and then the video jump scares the person. And then around the TV is just a old looking frame, just to kind of give the haunted vibe, old house haunted vibe.
On Wednesday, November 2nd, the Spanish Club hosted a potluck dinner in the GHS cafeteria. At the dinner, there were fluent native Spanish speakers, including Dr. Cano and Mr. Serrano. Students had an opportunity to speak with them using Spanish speaking skills. Students prepared and shared a Spanish dish such as tacos, churros, enchiladas, and 3-milk cake.
The junior high play Good Cop, Bad Cop will be held in the GHS auditorium on November 12th and 13th at 7:30 p.m. The play centers around a catastrophic street sign switcheroo that has 2 rookie detectives grilling a motley crew of suspects and witnesses. And while these suspicious characters are ridiculous, none of them seems guilty. Be sure not to miss the play next weekend. Tickets will be available at the door.
GHS will host its annual Veterans Day Assembly on Thursday, November 11th at 8:30 a.m. in the high school auditorium. Local veterans are encouraged to attend and register at the main high school entrance between 8 and 8:20 a.m. Zane Breyer is standing by in the Weather Center with a look at the weekend weather forecast. Zane?
Thanks, Carrie. Cool fall weather is in the forecast for the foreseeable future. Something that is not in the forecast is rainfall, so it looks like the Key Club should have a good Saturday for the annual Rake and Run. Friday night's kickoff will be a cold one. The low will dip all the way down into the 20s. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 53 degrees. Clouds will move onto the area Sunday, but the temperatures will remain in the mid-50s. Looking ahead next week, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and temperatures staying in the mid-50s before a chance of rain on Thursday. That's it from the Weather Center. Let's send it back to Ariana in the studio.
Thanks, Zane. On October 6th, students from the elementary school competed in the Onsets competition held at Slippery Rock University. Onsets is a challenging cube and card game based on mathematical set theory. Students must create subsets from a group of cards called the universe. The variations in each match are established by the students in the round. From there, goals are set and solutions are created using symbols such as union, prime, and intersect. Competing students were Aiden Bailey, Alice Calvin, Camila Cox, Luke Jackson, Remy Jordan, Finn Reed, Tessa Studnicki, Jacob Vandevander, and Isaac Whitfield. Now we'll go back to the Sports Center where Mason Moore is standing by with highlights on the football team's big win, and a cross-country runner is heading to Hershey. Mason?
On Friday, November 5th, the Greenville Trojans played in a matchup against the Kearney Eagles for senior night. The Trojans outplayed the Eagles in a 43-6 win. Senior quarterback Jalen Ritzer threw for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns were thrown to junior wide receiver Jace Herrick, while senior Brady Kincaid had 46 receiving yards. The defense was lights out with 3 fumble recoveries and 1 interception. Linebackers Caleb Springer and Jace Herrick both led the team in tackles that night with 8. Senior running back Levi Schwartz rushed for 73 yards and had 2 rushing touchdowns. Those 73 yards put him over the mark for having 1,000 rushing yards this season. Congratulations, Levi. Next, Friday, November 5th, the Greenville Trojans will face the Farrell Steelers in the first round of playoffs at Hermitage High School. Roll Trojans! GHS Country junior Megan Ickes medaled last week at the district meet in Ticeville and will move on to the state meet at Hershey on Friday. Megan was sent off in style with the parade through the halls on Thursday afternoon. Good luck at States, Megan. That's this week's sports report. Let's send it back to Ariana and Carrie in the studio.
Thanks, Mason. Be sure to tune in to Trojan News for all the latest in Greenville School District news and events. We'll leave you today with highlights from the last week's pep rally. For Trojan News, I'm Ariana Hale.
And I'm Carrie Wright.
Have a great day.